You cannot go far in Seattle and other surrounding cities these days without seeing one of those brightly colored bikes. Limebike, Ofo and Spin, those are just three of the bike share companies operating in Seattle, for example, under a pilot program for the last year. Well, now the city is considering letting them expand and adding even more bikes. Some love the convenience of the bikes. They love that they're cleaner for the environment, but there are some concerns about the bikes being improperly parked, a lack of enforcement, and also safety. And speaking of safety, specifically, some of the safety concerns surround helmets or the lack thereof. And I want to mention there is currently no state law requiring helmet use for bicycles. However, some cities and counties do require helmets. According to the Washington State Department of Transportation, in Bellevue, for example, helmets are required. Seattle has a helmet law in the books. It doesn't seem to be enforced right now, possibly because of the number of bike share companies in town. I want to introduce my guest who's here to talk about this today. This is Deborah Crawley. She's with the Brain Injury Alliance of Washington. This is a group that has taken a leadership role in advocating for helmet requirements for all state bike share programs. Appreciate you being here. We've been talking about this for a long time. We see the bikes, we don't see the helmets. In fact, you say that helmetless heads are prevailing. What do you mean?
Well, because we know the research and data says that 85% of brain injuries can be prevented with the simple use of a $10 helmet. So helmetless heads have said that's not important. Health and safety is not as important as a bike share program being available in the city of Seattle. We're hoping to find a solution that everyone comes to the table to ensure that folks are safe, being active and out there and taking care of themselves.
So what would a solution look like? I mean, you guys have given this a lot of thought. Are there cities that are doing it, that it's working? What are you looking at as examples?
So we've actually reached out and bringing in some of our partners here at the UW Health and Safety Institute, Harborview Injury Prevention Research Center, and we just met a couple weeks ago after the council passed the new lack thereof regulations for the new programs to think about what is the solution orientated. I can't say that we have it right now, but that's what we want to work towards. We want to work with the bike share programs. We want to bring the Seattle Council in on this and figure out a way to ensure the safety of those individuals riding a bike. Since we know we don't want to go backwards. We've known this research for decades now, so we don't want to influence our children when they see adults are riding without a helmet, and yet we're telling our children to put on their helmet, to be safe. Those duplicitous messages are going to catch up to us, and kids are going to be at danger too from riding without helmets.
I mentioned just a moment ago that there is a law in the books in Seattle that people need to be wearing helmets. I rarely see people on those rideshare bikes wearing them. So where is the enforcement happening?
That's a good question. In 2011, over 600 tickets were given by Seattle Police Department, and in 2017, less than 20. I do think Seattle needs to figure out a way to be in line with the laws that are on the books. And it is the right law. And again, a lot of folks worked for decades to pass that kind of legislation. So it really is a time, instead of black and white, find a solution in the middle that keeps people safe while riding the bikes.
And you want to sit down and meet with the rideshare companies and come up with a solution.
Be open to meeting. We're looking forward to that. As I said, some of our partners we just met, and we want to reach out. We want to get the council involved. We don't want this to be the, all done. We need to keep looking at this issue because we know what the research, similar to how we worked to keep kids safe playing football and other sports. We know that folks can be safer riding their bicycles, and that's the goal of the Brain Injury Alliance.
And Deborah, real quickly, we have about 10 seconds. You have a big ride coming up this weekend.
Brain Ride, yes.
What's going on?
Brain Ride is going to be a 15 and 30-mile ride out in Carnation. You can go to brainride.org. We're still accepting riders, and everyone there will be required to wear a helmet. But we believe in cycling. It's part of what we're doing. So thanks, Marnie.
Keep us posted on this important effort that you guys are doing. We'll make sure that we follow it for you.
Perfect.
And if you would like to learn more about the Brain Ride this weekend and the efforts being done by the Brain Injury Alliance of Washington, head to q13fox.com. I'll put all this information on our website. Just search Healthy Living.
It's the